welcome into another episode of Matt Sports Talk. And I know this looks quite a bit different, but I'm sitting in the living room and I'm using my laptop to go over the daily game recaps. Let me move my laptop cord over real quick. And of course, I'm using my laptop to record these daily game recaps. And let me fix my laptop charging cord. And so now it's hard to believe this is the very first episode of season 2 of Matt Sports Talk, and in this video I'm going to be going over the men's recap, or the men's games from last night, recapping all of those. And I apologize ahead of time if I seem quite tired, which I am. We went to Indiana Wesleyan last night and did not get home until 10 after 12 this morning. So it was a really long day yesterday, long night, and I mean I'm totally exhausted, and I definitely will. It'll be much needed catching up on sleep tonight, that is for sure. So the first game, and again, this is on the men's side. I'm going to record a separate video recapping the women's side of things. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. And real quick, before we get started, if you are brand new to this channel, please continue to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that. For those of you that have already subscribed, and please keep on subscribing. My goal is to hit 500 subscribers by February 21st, 2026, which is the end of Crossroads League men's and women's basketball. So and my goal is to hit 500 subscribers by that time, and we're doing really well right now, and let's continue to get that subscriber count number up. And those of you that have already subscribed, I really appreciate that. And for those of you that are brand new to the channel, please share my channel with your friends, your family, anybody that you know, and please tell them to subscribe to my channel. So looking at the first matchup last night, we had St. Francis out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, travel to Mount Vernon Nazarene, and MVNU with the win here, 89-81, and MVNU goes to 7-0 on the year. Now, this is a Mount Vernon Nazarene team that was projected to finish 8th, and they are undefeated so far this year, so that's really amazing, that's for sure. So MVNU wins here, 89-81. Looking at some key stats for the Cougars, you had Carson Rogers leading the way with 22 points. He had 17 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and he was 8 of 18 shooting and was 6 of 12 at the charity stripe. And then you also had Eugene Young Jr., 20 points on the night for him, 7 of 15 shooting, 6 of 10 of that was from beyond the arc. He had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 blocks. So really good numbers there. You also had R.J. Moore with 16 points, 5 of 9 shooting. He was 6 of 8 at the free throw line with 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 block. And you also had Jevin Lewis, really good performance here. 15 points on the night for him, 6 of 16 shooting, 1 of 5 from downtown. A perfect 2 of 2 at the free throw line. He had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 steals. So really good numbers there. And then off the bench, you had Braden Messenger, 2 of 2 shooting with 1, let's see, I want to make sure I get this, 2 of 2 shooting. He did have 1 rebound. And St. Francis had 12 turnovers, so that was not too bad at all. 41% shooting from the field, 31 from beyond the arc. St. Francis really struggled at the free throw line. They missed 10 free throws, converting 14 out of 24 for only 58%. Meanwhile, for MVNU, they shot slightly better from the field at 49, pretty identical from 3 at 30%, but Mount Vernon way better at the free throw lines, converting 17 of 21 for 81%, 14 turnovers for Mount Vernon. So looking at the key players for them, you had Peyton Heiss, 23 points for him, 8 of 13 shooting, 4 of 6 of that was from beyond the arc. He was 3 of 4 at the free throw line. He had 8 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 block. You had Isaiah Brown, 17 points, 6 of 16 shooting, 5 of 7 from the charity stripe, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block. And you had 15 points for Devin Dreyer, 7 of 11 shooting, 1 of 2 from downtown with 6 rebounds. And off the bench, Kieran Granville, 5 of 7 shooting with 10 points on the night for him with 1 rebound. And MVNU, as I alluded to, 14 turnovers for them, so pretty identical numbers there. And then off the bench, I mentioned Kieran Granville with 10 points. You also had B.D. Laurie with 3 points, 1 of 2 shooting. You had Grant Burkholder, 1 of 4 shooting with 2 points. And Abib, 3 of 5 shooting, 6 points for him, 4 rebounds. He also had 2 assists and 2 steals. And that was your matchup there. Our next matchup takes us to Spring Arbor, Michigan, where receiving votes Huntington and I'm pretty sure receiving votes Spring Arbor faced off, and Spring Arbor with the win here, 72-65 on the night. And now the one bright spot for Huntington was, well, they had a couple bright spots. The first bright spot, Miles Good, 23 points, 7 of 11 shooting, 2 of 5 of that was from beyond the arc. He was 7 of 9 at the free throw line with 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. You also had Caden Johnson with a really good game, 11 points, 5 of 8 shooting, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block. And Huntington struggled as a team, 38% shooting, just 29% from beyond the arc, 60% at the free throw line, converting 12 out of 20 attempts for 60%, 10 turnovers the Foresters had compared to 12 turnovers for the host Spring Arbor Cougars. The Cougars way better shooting, 45% from the field, way worse from 3 at just 18%, 2 of 11. But Spring Arbor way better at the free throw line, converting 20 out of 25 attempts for 80%. And looking at the stats for the Cougars, you had Travis Grayson with 20 points, 6 of 14 shooting, 8 of 10 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. For him, you had Shane Reisky, 4 of 6 shooting, 6 of 6 at the free throw line, though, 15 points for him with 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And Dante Favor, 10 points, 5 of 12 shooting. He did have 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, but he also had 4 blocks. So really, really good numbers there. And that was your matchup there. And the next matchup takes us to Mishawaka, Indiana, where the number 15 in the country ranked Bethel Pilots faced off against the Knights of Marion. The Knights came into the game 0-5 on the season. Bethel with the win here, 83-68. Bethel goes to 6-0 on the year. And looking at stats for Marion, you had Aaron Humphrey Jr., really good shooting, 20 points, 8 of 15 shooting, 4 of 6 of the line, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. And you had Dylan Moles, 8 points, 4 of 10 shooting, and Joshua Renfro, 6 of 8 shooting, 3 of 5 of that was from beyond the arc. 2 rebounds, 2 assists for him. He had 15 points on the game, so really good numbers there. And then one bright spot for the Knights off the bench, Aiden Franks, 11 points, 5 of 10 shooting. The Knights shot 49 from the field, so really not bad at all there. 36% from beyond the arc, 66 at the free throw line. They converted 6 out of 9 attempts. The Knights with 15 turnovers compared to only 8 turnovers for the Pilots. The Pilots shot slightly worse from the field at 46% and way worse from 3 at just 25%, and slightly better at the free throw line, 15 out of 21 attempts converted for 71%. You had Bo Jacque with 20 points, 6 of 7 shooting for him, 8 of 11 at the charity stripe, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. Colin Comer, 6 of 11 shooting, 4 of 8 of that was from beyond the arc, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 18 points on the game for him. Austin Kripe, 11 points, 5 of 9 shooting with 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. And Lonis Basilius, 6 of 11 shooting, 5 of 7 at the charity stripe, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 17 points on the night for him. And Luke McBride had only 5 points off the bench. Jameer Jefferson went 3 of 8 shooting with 6 points, and then a pair of points for Carter Kent, Andrew Hedrick, and Alex Ellison. And that was your matchup there. And then the next matchup takes us to Winona Lake, Indiana, where number 4 in the country, Grace faced off against the Taylor Trojans. And it was really no surprise here. Grace just too good. They win here 89-64. Grace, another team undefeated on the men's side. And then looking at some stats for Taylor. Taylor had 21 turnovers compared to 13 for Grace. Taylor shot 40 from the field, 20 from 3. Really good at the free throw line, converting 11 out of 13 for 84%. The Lancers way better shooting, 55 from the field, way better from 3 at 47, and way worse from the free throw line, converting 6 out of 14 attempts for 42%. Looking at stats for the Trojans, you had Pete Combs, 3 of 6 shooting, 6 of 8 at the line, 12 points on the day for him. He had 3 rebounds, 3 assists. You had Nate Paulberg, 3 of 4 shooting, 4 of 4 at the charity stripe with 3 rebounds, 11 points for him. Chaz Harvey struggled shooting, but he did hit 1 of 1 at the free throw line with 5 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Anthony McGee, 3 of 6 shooting with 7 points on the game for him, 5 rebounds. And you had Isaiah Day with 5 points. He had 4 rebounds, though. And then off the bench, you had Anor Wogar, 2 of 7 shooting, 4 points for him, but he did have 4 rebounds. 9 points for Levin Smith, 4 of 6 shooting, I might add. So really good numbers there. Carson Gold, 2 of 3 shooting for 5 points. Dylan DeLuca, I should say, with 2 points, and that was from the field. And then you also had Nathan Baker, 2 of 6 shooting, 4 points for him. But he did have two steals, so really good numbers there. And then for Grace, and it was a career night for Ian Roush, 34 points for him. He was perfect shooting from the field, 13 of 13, and that set a new Grace program record, so huge congratulations to him. He was 5 of 5 from beyond the arc, but he did miss 2 free throws, so that was kind of the one downside for him. But other than that, what a career night. He had 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. You also had Brady Carpenter with 4 points, 2 of 2 shooting, had 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 rebounds. Hunter Walston, 4 of 5 shooting, 9 points, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. Gage Sefton, 2 of 6 shooting, 1 of 2 was from beyond the arc with 2 rebounds. Hunter Walston also had 2 rebounds, 3 steals, though. And then Tyler Rouse, the brother of Ian, 3 of 9 shooting on the night for him, 1 of 1 from downtown. He had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. So really good numbers there, 9 points for him. And then off the bench, Michael Wellman, 4 of 7 shooting with 8 points. Cannon Hauser, 3 points off the bench. Hauser had 7 assists, though, and 2 rebounds. And then Gavin Benton, 15 points off the bench, 7 of 9 shooting, 1 of 1 from beyond the arc. 4 rebounds for him with an assist and 1 steal. And then the only other one that scored was Cole Hayworth, 1 of 2 shooting off the bench with 2 points. And that was your matchup there. And then the final matchup takes us to Marion, Indiana, where number 1, Indiana Wesleyan, the first time the Wildcats have been ranked number 1 in the country since the 2020/21 season. The Wildcats with a win here, no problem, 108-61. The Wildcats go to 7-0 on the year. The Maple Leafs fall to 0-3. So Goshen Maple Leafs on the men's side fall to 0-3. Now, Goshen did have some bright spots. Marcus Northern, 11 points, 4 of 11 shooting, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc, 4 rebounds. 12 points for Braden Allen, 3 of 6 shooting. He was a perfect 6 of 6 at the free throw line with 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Kevin Coda, 3 of 6 shooting with 8 points on the night for him with 2 rebounds. You also had 8 points off the bench for Jacob Carlson, 2 of 6 shooting, 2 of 4. That was from beyond the arc. He was a perfect 2 of 2 at the free throw line, though. And then you had Caleb Thompson, 3 points off the bench for the Maple Leafs. Tyrell Hunt, 10 points off the bench for the Leafs. 5 of 12 shootings, really good numbers there with 4 rebounds. Goshen shot 36 from the field, 31 from 3, 70% at the charity stripe, converting 12 out of 17 attempts. The Maple Leafs, 13 turnovers, compared to only 7 turnovers for the Wildcats. The Wildcats shot way better from the field at 58, and they were slightly better from 3, albeit not by a lot, at 37.5%. Wildcats, though, way better at the free throw line, converting 19 out of 23 for 82.5%. So looking at stats for the Wildcats, in fact, all 5 starters for IWU in double figures. You had Cademan Bontrager, 18 points, 7 of 9 shooting, 4 of 6 at the free throw line with 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Crew Gibson, 4 of 7 shooting, 10 points on the night for him, 2 of 2 at the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block. Millen McCartney, 4 of 7 shooting, 3 of 6 of that was from beyond the arc, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block. He had 11 points. Julius Gizzi, 12 points on the night for him, and he's the younger brother of Isabella Gizzi, who plays at University of St. Francis on their women's basketball team. Gizzi, 5 of 11 shooting for the Wildcats. He was 1 of 3 from downtown, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, and DJ Moore, 12 points for him. 6 of those 12 were at the free throw line as he converted all 6 of his attempts at a charity stripe. 3 of 4 shooting from the floor for him. 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 rebounds. And then off the bench, you had Bright Kari with 4 points, 1 of 1 shooting, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. He did have 2 rebounds. You also had Connor Hussong with 3 points off the bench. That was from downtown. Isaac Andrews, a big spark off the bench for Greg Tonigal and company. 16 points for Andrews, 6 of 9 shooting, 4 of 6 of that was from beyond the arc. He also had 5 rebounds and 3 assists. And then you also had Noah Reed, 3 of 5 shooting with 1 rebound. Reed is the younger brother of Izzy Reed, who was a star player on the women's Indiana Wesleyan basketball team for the previous 4 years. Had a great career, that is for sure. And then you also had 2 points off the bench for Marcus Ankney with 3 rebounds, and 4 points for Jake Smith off the bench, 2 of 4 shooting with 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. And then Kevin Sakas, who is a 6'7" freshman, 3 of 5 shooting, 4 of 4 from the charity stripe, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 10 points on the night for him. And that was your matchup there. And then that does it, recapping all the men's side of things from last night's games. And when I come back for my next video, I'm going to be recapping all the women's games from last night, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. And again, I'm going to be uploading all of these videos from Season 2 of Matt's playlist. I'm going to be posting all these under Matt Sports Talk Season 2 playlist. I created that before the season started, so you can easily find all of Season 2's videos on that playlist, so make sure that you check that out. And if this video was helpful to you, or if it was very informative, please either like, comment, or subscribe. Any one of those options helps me out greatly. I appreciate any feedback that you provide me, and thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.